I think it's really amazing to see that even though this is the third year that we're doing it, the turnout continues to just improve and improve. So first of all, thanks for coming. The idea is that by working with startups, we might be able to begin to answer some of those questions, because whereas we may have the scale, it's probably more likely that startups are the ones that have the innovation.
So I'm very happy to be here today to kick off this event, Corporate Accelerator. I think Wayra has done a great job of becoming #1 corporate accelerator in the world, has great volume and a number of companies that became success stories and large companies in their own right. Corporate accelerators are a great way to get close to kind of the tip of the spear in innovation with companies that are working 2-3 years ahead of where the corporates are as far as technology. And for startups, it's really, it's also a great benefit, because if they are really working in a category that the corporate could be very helpful in, they'll get unparalleled market access.
Startups can absolutely solve corporates' problems. The reality is that there is somebody out there somewhere in the world that's already built the solution to whatever problem a corporate has. You just don't know it yet. And so the challenge is, how do you find the right person, whether they're in Tel Aviv or Indonesia or Silicon Valley, and then how do you engage with them? And how do you strategically work together to scale the right solution?
If corporate accelerator is a mean to that end, so either to do some good marketing PR, or to do business with startups, or to buy startups, then corporate accelerators are a fantastic thing. So it really depends what is behind the hood of this title, Corporate Accelerator.
The first event I went to, I didn't really feel like I belonged, whether it was my gender, whether it was my background. I think there's an increasing diversity, which reflects the city very well. I think increasingly you're seeing people who leave corporate jobs and sell back into them, which I love. I think London has the most diverse and exciting talent pool in the world.
So what's in it for the startup to work for a corporate, work with a corporate? It's not just about money. Money's important. It's great to get a bit of revenue. But what most startups really, really need is validation of their idea. And if you can work with a forward-thinking corporate to validate your theory, perhaps test it in a market, perhaps scale it, you can cut years off your development cycle.
When the corporate helps the startup really become successful and become its own large company in its own right. Corporates are really great partners to go to market for startups. They're great customers, they're great distributors. And really you're trying to look for that kind of synergy where it's either customer or the kind of commercial relationship that's quite obvious that both parties can get around. And when that locks in, it's a pretty magical feeling.
I think the single source of capital for the future of innovation that is most readily available, if you can create a channel for it, is corporate money. That is the largest pile of money on the planet that could be deployed against innovation. And today, because the primary channels are internal to the corporation, it's constrained. It could be a lot bigger.